Oh, that used to be my shit. Anyway, today we're going to talk about 32, 2-1, 23 KOs, Brandon Bam Bam Rios versus Mike Mile High Alvarado, 34-3 with 23 KOs. A third fight, a rubber match. Here, I am T Street Controversy, and I call the show T Street Controversy Live of Real Combat Media, and I cover boxing. I guess you can call me eccentric, but the formula works. So listen to me as how can I put it? I'm the guy that you come to look at when you don't want to go looking for all that inside detailed boxing news or conspiracy theories and rumors and potential super fights and all that. That's what I do. I round it up right here in these daily videos. So I want to go into what my mission is, but I'm not. We're going to get into boxing. So listen to me. This may be the last resort for, my bad, maybe the last resort for Mike Alvarado against pressure puncher fighters. 3 defeats. This may be Brandon Rios' last resort against boxers. 2 defeats. Losing on the cards until the DDT and Vic Draculich to Diego Chaves. Now I'm talking this way for a reason, because I'm telling you that you got Brandon Rios, Richard Abril, Mike Alvarado, Manny Pacquiao, and almost Diego Chaves. Almost beat him. What do they have in common? The box, the move. You got Mike Alvarado, with the exception of the win over Mauricio Herrera he has, which I feel would be maybe a different result right now. Ruslan Provodnikov, Brandon Rios, Juan Manuel Marquez, pressure punching fighters. Now Marquez is both of them. You see Ew, what was that? My bad. You got Marquez, who's a mix between them both, because Marquez knocked his ass damn near out of the ring. I never seen nothing like it, but that's what you get when you fight the Terminator. So moving on. They're talking. Brandon Rios tweeted that he's back in training, and he had an injury. There were some interviews. He was walking around, with a sling on, and he's training for a possible rubber match for December the 20th, 2014. And that's crazy, because I would love to have at least one fight like that last week of the year, before the holiday. So I would love for it to happen. Now, people are going to say, why didn't he fight Ruslan Provodnikov? Ruslan going to Russia to fight Jose Luis Castillo, and yes, that is close to almost being done. And I forgot what date that is. That's going to be on November the 28th, if I'm correct. So, Brandon Rios in the interview said that they was offering him quote-unquote stupid money for a fight with Ruslan. And you have to think, Ruslan's coming off of a loss, and Ruslan's name is just starting to buzz. Remember, allegedly, or according to various sources on the web, Brandon Rios got close to $1 million, very close, like $980,000 to fight Diego Chaves, and he got that to fight Pacquiao. So fighting Ruslan for like $700,000 or $500,000, and realistically think about it, it's possible. Why would you take the fight? And maybe that's me as a promoter or a manager thinking, I don't know. But fighting Mike Alvarado 3, you got that flame beyond it. You got that 1-1. For example, the first fight was controversial, even though that showed us that Alvarado, he could be cracked and he could be hurt. And that was later confirmed by Ruslan Provodnikov and Juan Manuel Marquez, even though Marquez didn't knock him out. So the second fight, it ended where Alvarado moved. He said, okay, I'm not going to get caught up in the slugfest with Rios like he did in the first fight. But in the third fight, here is the thing. As I was saying earlier in the video, if Rios loses, then that means that Richard Abril Mike Alvarado twice, Manny Pacquiao, Diego Chaves. Oh, you know, if you're a boxer, you have a great chance of beating him. For example, a guy like Mauricio Herrera, we have a great chance of beating him. So when you think of Mike Alvarado, if he gets beat down and ran down on by Brandon Rios, then where's he gonna go? That means you put him against pressure fighters. Everybody know, oh, go get him, go after him. He fold under pressure. Then with the Ruslan thing, I have to address, the situation with the weight, but still, no, he couldn't hold up. I'm surprised he hold up with, oh man, Marquez. You see what Marquez did to his face? Marquez, like, he was in the corner. Mike Alvarado asked him, you know where you are? He said, nah, I'm dead ass serious. He said, nah. And they still let him go out there and fight. Like he was just looking around, and that was after Marquez. Oh man, Marquez ain't no joke, man. Marquez scares me. He seemed like one of them guys, like he punched you in your chest. You just go, I ain't gonna lie, if Marquez came running at me, yo, I just take a knee and just be looking up there at him like, yo, don't hit me, please. Like, I look at him like, yo, I submit. I'm sorry, I would not listen. I would not put my hands up against Marquez. Listen, you got to be a brave son of a bitch. But I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Law with Real Combat Media. Please subscribe. There's a boxing poll. It's only going to take a few seconds of time. I know that people have been watching these videos and say, well, you keep talking about the fucking poll. Listen, click the link below. Right on the right side is a poll for Hopkins versus Kovalev. It will take you only 20 seconds, not even that. So you're going to ask yourself, well, who is Brandon Rios going to fight? Now remember, Al Heyman fighters, and if you don't know Al Heyman fighters, then you need to go educate yourself. Do not have a working relationship with top-ranked Bob Arum fighters. So in the top-ranked carousel, I'm going to throw some names. I may forget maybe one or two, but I'm going to throw the big names. The ones that have been fighting on HBO. You should be familiar with. You got Manny Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez, Timothy Bradley, Brandon Rios, Mike Alvarado. I'm missing somebody else. Ruslan Provodnikov, now Chris Algieri. Who else? Maybe a Terrence Crawford. Maybe a Mike Garcia sometime in the end of 2015. But that's the carousel right there. Only those guys can fight each other. And then throwing a Mauricio Herrera in there. So, if you get what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying, all those fights with like Danny Garcia, the Keith Thurmans, and the Sean Porters, and all that, the Devin Alexanders, I can't talk about it. Because it's just a waste of my time and it's a waste of yours. But once again, I cover every single major fight live this weekend. I'm going to be covering Gennadievich Golovkin versus Marco Antonio Rubio. Nonito the Filipino Flash de Nair versus Nicholas the Axeman Walters. All live. And then afterwards, you got to subscribe. I'm going to do a live show. So basically what I'm saying, I got to explain the purpose of my show. Media is changing. Reporting is changing. And you got to keep up with the times. So I relate to you as a person, like, me. Sometimes if you read my comments, people going to be like, T-Street, fuck you. You want some dumbass shit. But then 6 months later, all right, I agree with you on that. We're not going to always agree all the time. There's going to be times where I'm going to piss you off. But the thing is, I do a job. I'm not just a guy that do videos. Like, it's sometimes where I got to sit and for 5-6 hours and watch some of the worst fights. And I'm talking about I got to do that 3 days a week. Where I just got to say, all right, it's Monday. Let me sit down. And no matter what I'm doing or the paperwork, whatever, I always got some fights on. I'm always watching tapes. I'm on everybody's Twitter page. I'm on everybody, because a lot of news gets released on Twitter. I'm making sure I get all that information and it's accurate. When it comes to Al Heyman and the NBC Sports thing, I got all that shit on Smash. So that's enough about myself. Once again, please subscribe. After Golovkin versus Rubio, I'm going to be doing a live Google streaming chat. You can join. It's going to be interactive. I'm going to be right here live streaming. So basically what it is we're going to be on some, wherever you are, we're going to be on some chill, laid back shit. It's going to be like 2 a.m. for me. So I'm going to be up to like 5 a.m. in the morning on there talking to you guys. Bright ass TV. That. And you can grab you a beer, and just relax, do what you do, just like chill. We're gonna just talk about some boxing. And what it is everybody who joins, we all bring in something. So basically people say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Nah, that's what we got Google Hangout for. So if I'm wrong about something, then you correct me. Simple as that. I'm T Street Controversy. T Street Controversy Love. Please subscribe.